Hey there, Corwin with Sharper Mind Training, and I'm here with Ahmed, Yilla, my personal trainer, fencer, very accomplished fencer. Actually, what are your top 3 accomplishments in fencing?
Making the national team, junior national team in 2000. I guess.
And some other great stuff. But more importantly, so the point here is Ahmed is a very experienced fencer, knows the dynamics of fencing, and a very experienced personal trainer. Obviously, I never trusted a trainer to work with me as a fencer until Ahmed, and working with him has been really helpful to me. So I wanted to do a quick video in my sort of expert interview series to get his thoughts on the sort of conjunction between physical training and mental training. So Ahmed, obviously you have no idea what I'm going to ask you.
No.
It's completely off the cuff.
Yes.
The first question actually comes from the fact that normally when I walk in here for my workouts, you're taking a nap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is the relationship between rest and performance?
One, it's extremely important. You just your body needs to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And rest, sleeping, is one of the best things to do for your body to recover. Simple.
Sleeping is one of the best things to
Sleeping
do
is one of the
for
best
your
things to
body
do to recover properly.
I love
You
it.
need a good amount of
I love
sleep. For me, my life is busy. I have kids, family, all that, business, running a business. So sometimes just I don't get to get as much sleep as I can. So when I'm able and there's an open window of a break during my day, I'll take sleep.
I really like that, and it ties into something that I talk about with my clients sometimes, which is the idea of taking rest when you can.
Yeah.
Now, for fencers, a lot of time that's in between touches, in between bouts.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. You've got to recover. And then the other piece of it that I think is very important in what you said is I talked to some athletes who are like, "Oh, more training is better, right? Just always." I'm like, well, no. The best athletes I know are the ones who know how to rest, how to recover, not the ones who just know how to push hard.
Yeah.
So, speaking of pushing hard, I wanted to ask the next question. Very simple. How do you think physical training affects your mental game?
Okay. So, obviously, depending on how you're training, physical training affects your mental game in that it sets you up in a way of. A great example is if I'm telling you, hey, this is what we're squatting today. You come in, you don't know per se, we're gonna go up in weight. You don't know that you're gonna hit that weight. I get that a lot of times. Oh man, coach, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. And I'm like, no, I believe in you. You got it, right? They get under the bar, squat that way. Oh no, I did it, right? Here's what's happened in that moment, right? Is you didn't know, right? You trusted, yes, you trusted my word, but also you trusted yourself, right? You didn't know necessarily 100% that you were gonna make it, but you trusted, hey, we've worked on this, I've worked on this. I'm gonna give it my best shot. Go.
There's 2 things I hear in that are so important, and I love that that's where you went with it, right? Number 1 thing I hear is pushing past a perceived limit.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I can't go this heavy. I can't do this much. I can't fence this hard. I can't win this against this person.
Yeah.
Well, still try.
Yeah.
You just try.
Go for it.
And then the second thing is trusting yourself to do your best, even when you're unsure of the outcome. Like, all right. Like it's one thing to say I'm going to put forth an effort. It's another thing to say it's going to be okay, whatever happens.
Yes.
You know, and this ties into one of the things because I was thinking about this conversation earlier, and I was like, where does this tie in for me? And physical training for me ties in two big places. I mean, there's the obvious, right? You get more fit.
Yes.
Like I feel myself moving on the strip better than before we were working together.
Yeah.
Now, my footwork was never amazing. It's a low bar, but still. But the other two things, one is confidence. Okay, I know, and there's both cognitive confidence. Okay, I believe in myself. But there's also just a physical, I know what my body can do. I know I can hit the back line and stop and move forward and change direction. And that felt confidence is, I don't think you can train it any other way, frankly. But the other thing touches on, and this is specifically physical training applying to mental training. Those moments of intensity when you think you can't keep going, right? And there's no way to train those except for getting to the point where you think you can't keep going. Now, for me, this happened a lot more when I was younger, and like I would be out for a run, and I hit that moment where I'm like, all right, time to go and do a sprint, or I'm getting to the end of the run and I'm like, all right, go for sprint the last 0.2 of a mile or something. Like it'll be sometimes a long sprint where I'm like really pushing. And I gotta think, hey man, it's 14:14. You gotta finish this out. You gotta push hard. And back in my old club, there was this conversation that we had pretty regularly. Oh, you're tired? You want to stop? Well, in the finals, you think you're not going to be tired? You think you want to stop at that point, or you want to learn to finish when you're tired and still do your best?
Yeah.
And I've been here with you, moments when I felt myself push harder than I've pushed in a long time. And I think that's a crucial part of mental training that is hard to access, it's hard to define, it's hard to, I don't have a way to teach that in a Zoom session, but it's essential for competing, not even at a high level, but at your personal highest level.
Exactly. Putting yourself and with that physical training, putting yourself in, you're going to get in that, you're going to hit that point, that moment of point, and you got to pass that. You got to get through that. Right. That's just what it is. You get through it. Right?
To me, sorry, go ahead, please.
And so and the thing what happens is, the more you're consistently doing that, right, you're staying consistent with that, you're building this tool now, right, from confidence, just knowing, okay, I can do this, right, you start building that, and that's how that, essentially that transfer happens.
Yeah, this is one of the most transferable skills. I mean, to fencing, but to everything else.
Yeah.
And for me, fencing is, I mean, I love fencing. I've been doing it my whole life. It's great. I love winning. And I enjoy it. But the fundamental purpose of it behind all of those things is to grow as a person.
Yeah.
To push my own limits wherever they are. Right? In a healthy way, in a growthful way. Yeah. But this is a great example of that. All right. I know you don't got a lot of time today. I could talk to you for an hour about this.
Yes, we will talk more. Absolutely. You know how we our conversations, man.
We always do. Anything else to add before we wrap up for today?
Look, I understand, like, fencing, very important. As an athlete, just going fencing, training, very important. But what is also very important is that you want to add in that sports performance, also training to your routine, right? It's very important. Not only in the sense of, oh, I get to be stronger. Yes, that's important, right? But just making you an overall better athlete, right? From faster, more powerful, more mobile, right? We want to work on getting you to a point of where we reduce the risk of injury for yourself. Now, am I saying that you will never get injured?
Of course, we work with you. Guaranteed no injuries ever, right?
That's not going to happen. I'm never saying that, right? But just preparing your body for the demands. Preparing your body for the demands that you're going through for the season.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, right? You're gonna see that with your top-notch athletes. Most of them, they make sure that they have that sports performance training in there. It's just very important.
That's what we were talking about earlier, setting up for success.
Exactly.
Last thing, where are we right now? What is the name of the building we're sitting in, or the room we're sitting in?
So right now we're Fit Faction, which is on West 26th Street, between 6th and 7th Avenue. So 127.
New York City.
New York City, 127 West 26th Street, between 6th and 7th Avenue.
If you're in California, this part doesn't apply to you. Sorry.
It's called Fit Faction. My company is called Verve Fitness. We've partnered together. This is where I work with a lot of fencing athletes, from Kerwin to other Olympians to just your junior athletes, your cadets. They all come here. They are all making sure that they're getting themselves better as an athlete. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Always good talking to you.
Always great talking to you, man. All right.
And I'll put that contact info in the description.